Here's another one of these cases on the new SAT where I think most people are going to end up avoiding algebra entirely and just doing this with the graphing calculator, which is fine. Most of you are going to mess up if you try to do it with algebra, so it's probably better to just let the picture do the talking for you, right? So we were given an equation, and we could graph that in Desmos. So I got it right here for you. Ooh, there we go. And you can see, only thing I did is I switched out f of x for y, because remember, those are the same thing. So it doesn't matter. I just put y because it's easier to type. So y equals 4x squared minus 50x plus 126 is right, but they want the minimum. But you can see, based on what I've drawn, the minimum isn't on the graph. But that's okay. Just scroll, right? The minimum is down here. It's the vertex. And so you can just kind of tap it, and you're going to see the point. The Desmos is really good at highlighting the points that matter most. And the point is 6.25, negative 30.25. So great. What do they want? Well, if we go back to the question, it's very clear they want the x value. For what value of x does it reach its maximum or minimum? So that's going to be the 6.25, which you can just bubble as that. That's pretty easy, right? That took us like 30 seconds. So how would you do this with algebra? Well, there is a very easy formula. It's sometimes called the axis of symmetry formula, but I think that's kind of confusing. Basically what it does is it helps us find the x-coordinate of the vertex, which is what we want, the minimum, the maximum. We need to be able to equate words like minimum with the concept of a vertex in a parabola. So that's going to become, that formula is negative b over 2a. And so for any quadratic written in this format here, we know ax squared plus bx plus c, we have these values, right? So negative b is negative 50, so don't forget the double negative. And then a, so 2 times a is 4. So this is just 50 over 8, which we can put in our calculator. And unsurprisingly, 50 over 8 is 6.25. So that's the x-coordinate. Now, if they had asked for the y-coordinate, or if they had said, what is the minimum value of f of x, that's a slightly different procedure. We would still do that same negative b over 2a thing, but then we would need to take our x-coordinate, plug it into the equation, and solve for y. So that's a little bit more tedious. If that were the case, I would definitely say that graphing is going to be easier. But in this case, honestly, the algebra is like not that long. It's just most of you won't think to do it. I think that the negative b over 2a formula is not something most people have easily memorized and can recall. You should. It's going to come up in other places where the calculator might not save you. But if you have the choice here, just graph it, look for the minimum, click the point, and there you go. There's your answer.